Boom! Right, welcome, Lockdown Workshop. Oh, what a specimen we've got here. So I did say in the last video we were up for a treat. We've got something new. So I've not had one of these in the workshop before, so let's see what it's all about. That's interesting. Alright, I get what that is now. We can do a better job than that. Right, so what is it? This is a Fathom Giant aluminium, extruded aluminium, by the way, e-bike. First e-bike in the workshop. I don't get them. Never will. I ride a bike because I want the exercise. If I want to go and ride something that's got a motor in it, I'll go and ride the Ducati. Simple as. But let's just deal with what's in front of me. No idea what I'm doing with e-bikes. I've not read up anything about these yet. This is purely a mechanical issue, so just to be on the safe side, so I don't lose any fingers, I've left the battery off it. So in theory, everything I do should be just bog standard, just like a bike. But what we can do is take a look around, just a few things I've noticed already. There's definitely some kind of a sensor going on there. Whether or not that's part of the e-bike, I don't know, but I do know that Giant do like their sensors. And it does look like it's integrated, so it's either part of the e-bike system itself, which is usually a Bosch or something from what I do know, that sits in there, in that bit there. So that's where the motor is. So there's actually a ratchet back on the things, but other than that, when it's going forwards, it's just like a normal bike. It's not one of these ones, these cheap Chinesian ones, where it's driven by a motor in the wheel. The motor's actually in the frame, so everything else should be pretty much standard. It looks like it's got a fairly standard derailleur there. It's a manual derailleur. It's one of the latest Dior derailleurs. It's probably seen better days. Let's have a look at the chain. Look at that, straight on it. Yeah, chain's yeah, it's got a bit of play in there. I'd say it's only just over. No, it's quite a bit over. Yeah, it's catching there. It probably could have done with being done about a year ago, to be honest. So it depends what damage has been done to the cassette. I did notice a few things. So let's just see if you can see this. There is a massive amount of play. There's probably about a mil of play on the rim. So the back axle he's looking at, and if you set it in freewheel, you can see the freewheel is racking as well. So don't know if you can see that, but it's definitely racking. So I think there's something going on with the freewheel. It sounds a bit graunchy. So I think we're going to have to get into that. I think we've got some bearing issues in there. At least we can tighten it up. You can see there's something wrong as well, because where the chain's feathering up and down. So that's usually there's something going on. The wheel's buckled. Quite significantly, so that's probably about as bad as the one I've just done, so it might just be one spoke that needs pulling in to maybe two. Front wheel wise, that seems fairly good. I don't think it's buckled. I think that's just a poorly seating tyre. The stanchions are a bit rusty, but these are Suntours. They're not the greatest things in the world, so they might need a bit of love with the wire wool. The only other big problem is the front brake. There's quite a bit of travel on it, but it's hard. The back brake, there's nothing at all. There is no back brake, so it's either lost all its fluid, the master cylinder seal's gone, or it's got a huge airlock and it's bled out. I did notice it's got one of those funky things. Remember that Voodoo that we had all the nightmare with? It's got one of those it's got one of those funky knock through quick release axles. So that's a bit of a weird one. This cable's a bit gummy as well, so we might have to have a look at that, see if we can either lube it up or stick a new cable in. So we'll have a quick squidge at that. I did go through the gears earlier. It does go through the gears okay. This one's a bit draggy. It's like it goes up and down in slow motion. I don't know if I can do it from here. So it's up and then you press it and it goes down slowly. So I think there's something going on there. Whatever that is, it's that one. So that probably wants a new cable put in it. I don't know if it's internally routed or whether the whole cable disappears inside, so we'll have to have a look at that. So that's it. Right, I'll get you in the stand and we'll crack on with it. But oh yeah, the chain is twisted as well as being worn. It is twisted, so it is very badly worn. You can see it's got quite a lot of slop that way as well. So gear changing is going to be terrible. I mean that's awful. That is. So we'll get that off and we'll stick a new chain on that fairly quickly. That'll be the first job, and then well, actually no, we'll get the wheels off first. Let's have a look at the wheel and find out what we're getting into there. We'll see if we can straighten it up. Right, let's get you in the stand. I did take the clutch off this. Forgot to mention that it is a clutched derailleur, so it has a clutch on it somewhere. I don't know where it's gone now. There. So if you put that up, it makes that really difficult to move. You flick that the other way, and it's easy to move. So the idea is when you're hammering it through things, you're not getting any sudden chain whip and the chain bouncing off. Weird tyres, like BMX tyres. Right, back with it. Just pulled the skewer out. Sorry, I forgot to press start. I just noticed the end of the skewer is actually bent. I don't think it's going to cause any problems, but then you've got to ask the question, why is it bent? Yeah, it is just the tip. I'm hoping the axle isn't bent. Let's have a. May feel awful. It would explain why that was racking if it was bent, but I don't think that's the issue. Anyway, right, let's get that off. Chain whip. You can see how much that axle's moving around. That's proper mullered. Oh god, thank you, Wayne. It's not Wayne's bike, by the way. It's oh Jesus Christ! Somebody's gone flipping Billy Big Balls with the thing there. Jesus! Flipping Buster. Right. It's the. I'm not asking nicely anymore, bar. I'm not sure I'm going to get it out with this, to be honest. That was a rate. No, I think we need to go the other way. That way. No. Oh, flipping heck. That was never 40 newtons. That was bloody good and tight. I think what we will do quickly, because I'm going to go and chuck that in the parts washer. I'll just give it a quick degrease. I need to get round to filling the degrease the parts, the proper parts washer up, instead of using the ultrasonic for this. Shouldn't really be using the ultrasonic to clean these, but it does really get into them well. And the good thing about the ultrasonic is, oh Jesus Christ, that's mullered. I can see that's mullered already. There's that much shit coming out of it. Right. I wanted that. Just remember to take that back down. In fact, that should live in there. I thought I'd got another one of them, to be honest. It's a 10-speed converter, in case you're wondering. I bought some 10-speed. I bought a 10-speed and a 9-speed cassette for the spare turbo I've got. So when I do bike fits for people who have got those, they can have fun. Oops, come on. That's it. Job's a good one. Right, let's tear into that now then. That's looking pretty, it's not looking good. I mean, look at the state of it. I'm kind of hoping it's a fixed race bearing, but I'm not. It's going to end up being loose balls, isn't it? Oh, bollocks. Another one of them. I mean, I know it's an e-bike, but it's a standard wheel. I should imagine it's got tougher spokes, but I'm not sure about these tyres. Anyway, right, we're digressing. Let's get my spanglers out. Find out which ones we need. Right. That's an 18, so I think it's the 17 we want. Usually is. That's the 17. Not sure what the other one is. That's significantly smaller. Not 18. 16. It's either a 16 or a 15. That's a 14. That's a 13. 19. 15. No. Right, first time it's a 16. No, that's a 19. That's a 19. That's a 17. That's a... Right. Let's get my patented tool for catching bits. Oh, Jesus Christ. Please don't muller my spanners. I have to see if a normal spanner's going to go in at this rate. Oh, that's going to muller that spanner. I'm not mullering one of my spanners for a flipping e-bike. You can get stuffed. Right, nearly, before I forget, let's just chuck that in there to see. Right, what have we got that I can use on that? Spanglers. Right, so it is a 16. Will that work? That one's too, I think that one's too fat, isn't it? That one's too fat. That one's too no good. What's that? I don't even know where that one's come from. Oh, you don't want to muller one of my spanners. 14, 13. Trying to see if I've got some cheap ones I went on grinding down. I thought I'd got some shit ones. It's a 13, 14. It's a bit shit. What have we got in here? Right, I'm going to have to get the hot spanner on this one. Pretty sure the bearings are mullered anyway, so I'm not that bothered. 19. Are we 100% sure it's not a 15 and that's why it's slipping? Oh, it's a 15. That'll be why it's slipping then. That'll be why it's mullering it. Well, that's got two different sizes on, just for the fun of it. There we go. Bit of hot spanner, never fails. Hoo, ho, hoo, how, hoo, how, hoo, how. There's definitely something going on that suggests that axle might be bent. Right, shim. Remember that. Looks a fairly standard axle though, so I don't think we're going to have any issues if we need to replace it. It's even got the really bog standard shitty cones on it. Don't actually look that bad. Let me. Oh, that's wham! Oh, that's very wham. Right, let's have a quick look at it. What I'm interested in is the surface of the. Do you know what? It might just be it might just be flipping well. The bearings have worn because they look all right. There's no pitting, which is all I'm bothered about. I don't know if you can see that. There is no pitting, so that's good. So far, so good. It's the other side that's usually the problem, though. Right. So let's just drop that out, have a quick look at that, and then see if we can see if it is bent or not. See, that's fairly, that looks pretty mullered. Get a shittier cloth for this one. Mind you, actually no, that grease is anti-seize, I think. I thought it was rust, but it's, well, it could be, hold on, it could be. There's definitely some pitting on that. So I still think it's anti-seize that's on here, not rust. So I think somebody has been in here trying to fix this, but they've not done it properly. They've not tightened it up properly. It's definitely mullered. It definitely wants a new axle. So I think we're going to have to order a new axle for that. I do have a sneaky suspicion this is bent as well. We'll have a go at resurrecting it because we we had a bit of success last time. Yeah, I think that definitely looks bent. So I think the axle's bent. Must be on the safe side. Actually. No, it's definitely bent. We need a new axle, which is probably why it's loose. So we're going to have to order a new axle anyway, which means we'll get. So the only thing we need to work out is whether the hub itself is mullered. So I'm just going to shut you down and see if I can find one. Right, things have escalated. So we stripped the axle out. I cleaned it up. The axle is bent and the bearing surface in there is gone. I found one on Giant site for this bike or this wheel arrangement, and I managed to get one of them. I've ordered another one as well because I'm always needing those. But the seat within the free hub's gone as well, so I need to get the free hub off. Now normally it's an 11mm, but for some weird reason this is a 12. So I have actually managed, luckily, to get one in, and oh fucking hell. I'm not going to do what I normally do and just pop these things off and end up with a right flipping mess, but there we go. That's that flipping heck, it's, yeah, I thought it was copper slip, it's not, it is absolutely mullered rusty grease. Fortunately the race on the other side is good. It's always the free hub race that takes the brunt of it, so as long as you get in there quick and fix it before it takes the other side out, you should be okay. So hopefully we can find ourselves one of these. Now I have ordered one of these recently, but I can't remember where it was I got it from. Now I seem to remember there is a code on them. Yeah, there's one there. Now I do have some of these, but I don't know if I've got that particular one. No, it's I have got one, but it's yeah, I've got that one, but the bearing's gone in that one, but that's not the right type. I've got that one, which is the right type and the right thread, but it's got the wrong bearing configuration. It's not got a cup bearing thing in it. It'd be great if you could just buy those cups. So I've got to try and find one of those. So that's my next challenge. So I'll turn you off while I'm doing that, and we'll see what we can do. Put the wrong one away. That looks shiny. That's actually one I rebuilt. That runs really nice. That one. It's the one with the really coarse threads and not the thingy bits. So that, yeah, there's a few different types of these. So I should be able to run that serial number there and get hold of one of these. I don't think they're expensive. I might even be able to get it tomorrow, which would be nice because it means I can get this bike done. I think some of the paws have gone, so the free hub itself's knackered as well as the actual race thing there. So what we'll do is we'll chuck it in there for parts, but usually for the paws and that. But once you take them to pieces, you can service them, but they're never great. Yeah, it sounds horrid. Anyway, right, let's see if we can find one of them. Talking away like a muppet, and it wasn't even turned on. Right, so anyway, we've had some luck. We've sourced one of them from Giant, 30 quid. The Chinesian one's 20 quid, so why would you? Genuine part, so that's alright. Yeah. Even that from Giant, about 16 quid for the full rebuild kit, ball bearings, new rubber seals and everything, and even that comes with a set of rubber seals, so Why not? So the parts bill so far, we're looking at about 60, 70 quid so far in parts for it. He thought it was, or somebody told him it was going to be well over 500 quid. I ain't looked at the brakes yet though, so let's crack on and let's look at the brakes. Oh, that was a palaver, you just missed that. Turning the bike around. God, it weighs a ton. Why on earth would you? Sorry. Anyway, right. Put a chock in there. I'm just trying to remember where the bleed thing is. So the bleed thing's there, which is helpfully hidden behind the frame. So I think we're going to have to get this off the frame anyway. That's a flipping right arsehole that is. Why on earth would you do that? Let's just see if I can actually get that out without taking the thing off. I don't even know what size it is. Can't even tell whether it's a Torx or not. It looks like a Torx. Let's try 25. Try 25. No, could be a 30. It's a big old boy that is. If that's a 30, that's a 30. Jesus Christ. That's a great old lump, that is. Unless I'm missing something. I'm trying to take the trying to do it again, trying to take the thing off. Right, the bleed's there. So I suspect it's the same size as we had before. Was it 15? Oh, it's not, it's there. It's there, found it. So we're going to have to be careful with this one. We need to get this down lower because the reservoir's there, so we've got to make sure that this is low down, and the bleedy thing's up there. So we're going to need to fasten that down. We need to do what we did on the last break. God, 2 of these in one day. It's not on. Well, that's not going to work, is it? Let's get another one out. Right, let's see if we can do something marginally clever. I don't think this is going to be long enough though. That might be. There we go. That's not going to work. Come on, Toller, get a grip. Right. So we need to this open over. There we go. This is going to be fun because this weighs a ton. So we've got that nice and low, this nice and high. Let's get the bleed nipple out of that one first. Can you still see what I'm up to? Can you tell what it is yet? It's not one of them. Yeah, I think this has been leaking. I wonder if it's been leaking around there. It's been leaking around somewhere. Let's just check that. a 9? I can't remember. No, it's a 9 or a 10. There's some weird size usually. No, it's an 8. Should have known that. The amount of these I've done. It's one thing I have done a lot of, building new brake systems up. Yeah, I think that was. I think that's been leaking out of there. That should fix that. Right. Let's go for a number 10 because the number 15 doesn't work. Now, hopefully, all my gear should fit in this one because it is a Shimano. I think it's a Shimano. Yeah. And that doesn't fit either, so it's even smaller than that. Try an 8. It's an 8. No, you've got to remember not to lose that rubber seal because we've fallen for that one before and we've lost that rubber seal. Right. Put that there, safe. Now, I'm pretty sure that this uses dot, not... I'm missing a rubber set. No, we're not missing anything off there. Right, so I'm pretty sure that Shimano uses dot. I'm just going to quickly Google it. M1i. Right, new. Mineral oil. There you go. Shimano uses mineral oil as well. I was wrong. So we'll have a bash at doing it with the with that method. So we're going to try and bleed this back in first. Oh yeah, we're getting bubbles. So the master cylinder was absolutely bone dry. So all I'm doing is I'm just pumping the cylinder and just watching the bubbles coming up. Now it might be that we get them back anyway, but we're just going to be we are going to be pumping a load of air back down. So once I've done this, I've got to blow the air back up, back out again. So I'll have to do it from down there and press and force it up. Right, that's stopped extruding air. So we've just got to be careful. I think that's going to take a bigger one. It's going to be the 15, I think. Could do with this going up a bit more actually. Can we do it any more? It's a big old unit this. Wondering whether I should have taken the front wheel off to try and lighten it down, but most of the weight's now down there anyway. The idea is you want the bleed valve sort of above the cylinder down there. I don't know if you can see what I'm pointing at, can you? So the cylinder where the fluid's going is there, so the bleed's there, the entry's there. So we want to make sure that we're getting all the fluid out of this bit. That's interesting. It bleeds through there, does it? I'm now slightly confused. Does that mean we can just screw something in there? Oh, I seem to remember I wonder if we can. I wonder if we can. There was something funny about these when I did them last time, and I discovered I'd done it wrong, and I could have just taken that plug out. Or something like that. Let's try a 9. No. 10. No. I think that's it. I think you can do something. I think you can shove a thing over the end of it. So let me. No. I'm wondering if you can just shove a tube over there and just bleed it like you would do a car. There's a lot of shit in there. Something's happening. I think I'll stick some more fluid in there. This is a slightly different way of bleeding it, so I'm wondering whether I do need to do it like a car. I think what I will need to do as well though is I'll need to hook that up somehow. If we can keep this upright, don't you dare fall off of there. It keeps the air travelling upwards. That's it, that's got on nice. That oil is very dirty. Compared to the last bike I've just done, which the oil was quite clean, but that's quite a new bike. This bike has not had an easy life. Right. So let's see if we can do this like we do a car. So we'll pump it. No, we're not getting nothing, there's no pressure. Right, let's draw a bit through, see if we can get this to, can you see that? Yeah, I think you can just about see my, yep, and you can't see what I'm doing up there, but I don't think you need to. You can see the, oh God, I bet it's disgusting. Right, so I'm just going to draw a bit through, see if I can pull some air through. Now you shouldn't draw really, I know, I said that last time. There's a big chunk of air. Oh, you. Sound like we're starting to get some fluid moving in that. We can suck some more up. Might end up doing what we did last time and putting a blower on the other one. What I do notice is we do seem to be we're getting quite a good seal down here. So I'm not getting, when you're sucking air, you see like a steady stream of bubbles coming up. I'm not seeing that, so it does look like we are getting a lot of clean fluid coming through with no. Oh, that's a lot of air. Have we just drained the? Nope. Let all that air come up. So there was a massive airlock just come through, and I suspect that was somewhere in the middle, so we should start getting clean fluid soon. That fluid is disgusting. So we are on clean fluid now. So we are sucking through what's in the bucket. The bucket's nearly empty. George just caught that in time. Right, so I'm just going to let this air come up and into here, and then we'll send it back down again. And now we've got some fresh fluid in there. I think what I might do is just empty this out. Let me. It's not the right one, is it? So if I shut this valve off now, I can isolate it. And I can take this off and blast it out. I'm going to suck some more fluid in. Right. So if you can work out what I've done there, I've drained the top reservoir down, so we've sucked all that clean fluid through, and we've now got clean fluid there, and that's all the filthy fluid. So if I dump this out into a suitable receptacle, I don't really want to dump it into my coffee cup, but sorry, coffee cup. Right, that was disgusting. Right, just want to prime this up a bit, because what I want to do when we connect this back up is just send a bit. Send a bit back in. So that's now primed without any air and with just clean fluid in it. So if I shut that up there now, leave that. Right. And what we can do is we can top that up, and then we'll suck it through again and see if we can get some more down. But what we can do now is, because we've just got clean fluid, is I can start sending it back the other way as well when we fill this. Be interesting to see if we can actually... now we've got a lever. Right, so I might be able to pump this down. We've got the air out of the chamber. So if we're solid now. We've got a solid lever again. Woohoo! So if I put some pressure on and then let it go, pump it up, pump it up. That's it, solid lever. So that's exactly what you do for a car. So that's locked off. That's locked off. All we need to do now is just make sure we've got a little bit of pressure back in the system. So I'm just going to slacken that off and put a little bit of pressure back in the system. Leave that up there. What that does now is it pressurises the system a little bit, so I can stick the top one back in again. Nope. Nope. It's 10. Was it 8? 8. Right. So if I stick my plunger in, should be able to unscrew this and quickly drop this one in without any shit. Look at that, we've hardly made any mess this time compared to last time where we ended up with it everywhere. It was like the pink goo all over again. Right. So we should still have a brake. Right, let's see if I've not just messed it up now, because I think I might have just messed it up. I've got to lock this off. Let's see if we've still got the pedal. Oh, spot on. Right, that's right, I might as well do the front ones while we're here now. Seems it's so easy. Right. I think we might try it the other way round with this one because we know the process now. Where's that one gone? Oh, needs a tiny one for that one. Shall we get that rubber seal? Don't drop it. Like about £4 for this tiny little rubber seal, which in the grand scheme of bike parts that's not excessive, but it's still looking expensive for a tiny thing. Right. Just prime this a little bit. There we go. Purge any air out of there we can. And now we're going to stick the... So this time we're going to do it slightly different. We're going to fill this with fluid. Not like that, we're not. So hopefully we can get enough in here to push it all the way up. We're going to go for the push method. Suck the air in, blow the air out. Right, big one. Same thing again, these are above the cylinder, so that's okay. The bleed cap was missing off the back, so that's a bit of a bugger. That's probably why it was full of shit. I do my special bleeding device. We're going to get absolute covered in it now. I've just got this feeling it's all going to go Pete Tong for this one because the other one went so swimmingly well. Right, let's open the floodgates. Somebody's been here before us. No, we're in, we're in, we're in, don't worry. Right then, let's have a look. Oh, look at the state of that. Alright. So we're going to push our good fluid all the way through. Capture all the ship fluid at the top. Let's lock that off. Right. So we should have pressure in there now. I need to stick my little plunger in there. Spot on. That was easy peasy lemon squeezy. Stick the bung back in. Right, so I think we're probably going to end up with a part 2 on this one because I've ordered the parts and it's going to be a couple of days before they come. So I think that's not brilliant. I've got to take all this lot down to wash it as well. We've got brake fluid over everything and it's horrible stuff, brake fluid. Is that the 15? That's the 15. It's removed all the writing off the end of my things. Right, so we're waffling. So that's actually worked quite well. We've got a really good lever on there again. New fresh brake fluid in there, so that's good. Brilliant. Solid lever. Right, don't need to remember to take that one out. Let's just drop this back down before we forget. Right, that's spot on. I think we can walk away from that one now. I'll take all the stuff down and clean it. I need to dispose of that. And that needs cleaning as well. We'll have a little bit of a tidy up too. I've got another bike I need to put together, but I don't know if I'm going to video that. It's I've been donated a frame, a Corvalio frame. It's a TT frame, and it's for one of the age group, potential age group athletes that I'm training. He needs a bike. The bike he's got is a little bit too big. It's the Pinnacle that we had in is a bit too big for him, so we're going to see if we can get him an extra light TT bike sorted out for nothing. Basically, I'm going to donate the wheels and group set. Phil's donated a frame and that lot, but there's a big question about whether that's going to fit him, whether it's going to be too small, because we tried him on a Planet X bike that I had in here about 2 or 3 years ago. That's too small. It's a medium. The frame is smaller than my small frame, even though it's a medium. So I'm kind of hoping the Corvalio is going to fit. It's already kitted out with TT bars and everything. All I've got to do is put a group set on it, slap some wheels on it, stick the derailleur chain. Why did you stop recording then? No idea. Anyway, who knows? Right, so we'll call it a day there. This is the end of it. Like I said, we've done the brakes, just got the chain to do, wheels over there, parts are on order, stuff soaking in the parts washer, need to turn that off as well, and then we'll put it all back together again next time round, and then we'll see you again. So I hope that's been useful, something different. First e-bike in the workshop. Right, catch you later.